Alright, that's enough of that. I had to cut that intro off early. Doing my audio test. Alright, that's enough of that. I had to cut that intro off. Okay, heard myself. We're good, we're good. Yeah, so I'm just chatting with you guys during the intro. It's nice seeing you guys. You know what, like, dude, this crew is so cool. Like, you guys get it. You're not phased by the bullshit propaganda that people try to put on me. The whole lol-cow shit. Like, okay, like, don't get why people attack me. Me neither. Yeah, damn, that intro is like 15 minutes long. Damn, and it's like loud. These windows are good. Just such a nice day out, you know? Let me close windows. Hold on. Oh, yeah. I've got my white trash gear on. So I got my, like, baggy shirt, you know, what is it called? Sports bra, hoodie, and poofy jacket, Koresh glasses, and a ponytail. Yep. So, what we're going over... Yeah, there's the jacket. I either have a streaming blanket or the jacket. This is my streaming jacket. But yeah, I don't know. Normally I dress really cute and I like really care and I prepare to get on stream, but I've been in quarantine at my sister's house for like 3 goddamn months because I'm in New York, so I went upstate out of the city. So, oh, hey Pablo, what's up? So yeah, I've like... don't have much on me as far as clothes go, and I just like don't give a fuck right now. I'm just white trash and aesthetics it up, you know. I need a streaming fur coat. That is absolutely correct, Pablo. I do have a fur coat that's vintage, but it's from this old lady that I knew. And I don't want to wear that sitting around because you can ruin it by sitting a lot. But I do have a cheaper fur coat in storage, which I need to get. It's a black rabbit fur. It's not like the mink or anything. So the rabbit fur is cheaper. And I would totally just sit there and stream that, for sure. Hells yeah. Okay. I saved too much cloth on. Yeah, okay, let me just, like, catch back up. Wow, you guys really just, like, want to chill with me right now. We're, like, 17 minutes in, and I haven't even talked about the Greek late classical art yet, but whatever. It's all cool. Like, I just want to chill with you guys anyway. So, anyway, if you want to help me out with, you know, all the bullshit that I get and all the people attacking me, and, you know... Right now, this is my job, and I depend on this, so them trying to come after me on the internet and try to make me a low-cow, make me lame, and, oh, simps don't, you know, blah, blah, all this shit is actually a way of, like, now fucking with my third career, okay? Because the first one was the burlesque stuff. SJWs ganged up on me to ruin that career. It was devastating. Then I had a career in media, and... the left went after me there, and the right didn't defend me, and they kind of just like ruined my reputation. So I probably won't work in media again. And the SJWs contacted media and try to like target me. But anyway, and then now it's like resorting to streaming, which is basically the like thoughtiest profession that I've ever had. And they want to fuck with that, so it really helps me out. This is all I got going. But anyway, if you want to help me out, help me reach my goal, which is up here. I think it's right up here. You can do that by going to the link down here, streamlabs.com/Martina Markota TV. Anyway, yeah. Dan always has some wise words to say. He says, a clean person makes the filth of the filthy more apparent. That's why they attack. And then we have James in here and says, I think I know who you're referring to. I don't support that streamer. I think she's insane. I agree with you too. I think so too, like clinically. Martina makes them insecure. She doesn't fit the story. You can't be yourself or attractive and have informed opinions. Martina would be unattractive and talk about gender mutants. Yeah, true. A streaming jacket, fur coat, hell yeah. Nothing says let's do some artin' like that outfit, thank you. I mean, like, true artists are kind of fucking weird. I do dress better with more aesthetics, but like, I'm upstate quarantining, so this is the like white trash, like quarantine aesthetics, okay? My hair's getting so long that I now have a ponytail. It used to be super short. It's now so long that up in a ponytail is longer than it used to be, but yeah. Do some of that. Some white trash looks. Don't give a fuck. Anyway. Just an idea, but you might want to post one of those announcement things on YouTube before you start streaming because more people might tune in. Wait, what announcement things? What the hell are you talking about? I have... Ooh, sorry, catching up on comments because they're pretty good right now. Yeah, I don't know what... Someone says it's a good idea, James, but I don't know what announcement thing you're talking about. Oh, hey, Jigga Death. Nice to see you. I think you DM'd me. I'm sorry if I haven't gotten back to you. I feel like I owe you a conversation. Did you just spin your ponytail? Yes, I did. Haley Johnson. Yes, we do. Set reminders. What the fuck are reminders? You can do Premiere that sets a timer. Oh, yeah. That worked out really well when I did that, actually, yeah. That's when I have a recorded video. Oh, shit, I should start recording this. Damn it. Fucking up today. Oh, I have fuck Google too. $3. Thank you. Link up on that. Where are we at? It says, when you get more comic art, please hype it. Oh, that's a good idea. I could always give you guys a sneak peek of what I'm working with the comic art because I do have arts and I do have colors and I have things and I'm working on stuff behind the scenes, but I try not to do like an official post until I'm like, okay, here it is. I'm good. But I think on the streams I can probably do some sneak peeks of what I'm working on anyway. But okay. Back to the stream. What do we got going on? We have late classical art. Okay? We're still in Greece. Almost done with it. I think this is the last video on Greece. But yeah, we're dealing with late classical art. As you can see, a lot of degeneracy, since a lot of people have a problem with nudity in art. I'm sorry to say you probably do not like art history and do not appreciate art or culture because it's fucking nude. Sorry. And if you find it pornographic, then you probably have an issue because you equate nudity to pornography. It's not really, yeah. You gotta be like either demented, purposefully pretending you can't see the difference, or you have absolutely no culture and you are uncultured swine. Or what did Emily Post call it? We had some shit. I got rid of damn it! I gotta go back and read. But anyway, I'm sick of people talking about culture or whatever. So there's like another word that she used. Like it's really good. Anyway, so we have the Peloponnesian War, which began in 431 BCE, ended in 404 BCE, with the complete defeat of a plague-weakened Athens. The plague sounds like today. So we have a plague-weakened Athens and left Greece drained of its strength. The victor, Sparta, and then Thebes, undertook the leadership of Greece, both unsuccessfully. In the middle of the 4th century BCE, an external threat caused the rival Greek states to put aside their animosities and unite for their common defense, as they did earlier against the Persians. Yeah, I thought they did that before. But at the Battle of... God, I don't know how to say these things. Don't know how to say these things. How do I say that? How to pronounce...
Chaeronea.
Chaeronea. Okay. So... Oh, we have some more super chats that I didn't see. Sorry about that. Let me see. Oh, Snowball. Hey, what's up? Okay, practice this. My contribution to the arts and all the arts emojis. Oh, I love that. Thank you. Cool. I love that. Hail Jigga Death. That's right. CG Raven. Hail, 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 guys. Yeah, slatternly, Luke. Yeah, that's totally what she said. There's slattern, but then that's like the... like what I would replace like thought. It's not really thought. It's definitely more of a dirty woman, unkempt woman. But there was another word for something that was more like cultured. It wasn't like well bred or well. It was something. Oh, fuck, I gotta look it up. Anyway, Chaeronea. Okay, so back to Chaeronea. But at the Battle of Chaeronea in 338 BCE, the Greek city suffered a devastating loss and had to relinquish their independence to Philip II, king of Macedon. Philip was assassinated in 336, and his son Alexander III, Alexander the Great, succeeded him. In the decade before his death in 323 BCE, Alexander led a powerful army on an extraordinary campaign that overthrew the Persian Empire, the ultimate revenge for the Persian invasion of Greece. Wrested control of Egypt and even reached India. The 4th century BCE was thus a time of political upheaval in Greece, and the chaos had a profound impact on the psyche of the Greeks and on the art they produced. As always, in the 5th century, Greeks had generally believed that rational human beings could impose order on their environment, create perfect statues, such as the Polykletos canon. We went over that, how he was looking for the most perfect proportions. That's what they were all about in the ancient Greek stuff. And discover the correct mathematical formulas for constructing temples, such as the Parthenon. The Parthenon frieze celebrated the Athenians as a community of citizens with shared values. A community with shared values. Sounds interesting. Sounds like a culture to me. They say white people don't have culture. The Peloponnesian War and the unceasing strife of the 4th century BCE brought an end to the serene idealism of the 5th century. Disillusionment and alienation followed. Oh, sounds like me. Greek thought and Greek art began to focus more on the individual and on the real world of appearances rather than on the community and the ideal of perfect beings and perfect buildings. Okay. that's interesting. So yeah, we definitely saw in the other Greek videos that we said how they were really proud of their defeat against the Persians, and they depicted that a lot in their artwork and their friezes. They were also really focused on conveying idealism, perfect forms, perfect structures, perfect mathematical things. And so it seems that they fell into some hard times with the plague-weakened Athens and the other wars where they were not as successful. And they kind of went through a tough time, and their art started to focus more on the individual as opposed to the community. It started to focus on real things instead of idealized things. So yeah, there we go. Let's see where we're at. I never know how to say these Greek names. How to pronounce this thing.
Praxiteles.
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 Praxiteles. Praxiteles. Okay. Praxiteles. I think real things are boring too, Pablo. I like idealized things. I like perfection. You know what I mean? It's warm now in New York. I know, and I'm still wearing a fucking jacket. Why am I wearing a down jacket? This is my poofy streaming coat. My hair is like doing wild things. I kind of liked it like that. It's very 60s. Okay, Praxiteles. The new approach to art is immediately apparent in the works of Praxiteles, one of the great masters of the late classical period, circa 400 to 323 BCE. Praxiteles did not reject the Themis. High classical sculptors favored his Olympian gods and goddesses, retained their superhuman beauty. Oh, thank the Lord. How long is New York going to be on lockdown? I have no idea, but I'm ready to go back to my apartment. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Paying rent for no goddamn reason. Okay. So... where was I? Where was I? Praxiteles did not reject the high classical... excuse me, Themis. I said Themis because I'm reading all these Greek names. Themes. It's themes, not Themis. Themes. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm reading too many Greek names. Praxiteles did not reject the themes high classical sculptors favored. His Olympian gods and goddesses retained their superhuman beauty, but in his hands they lost some of their solemn grandeur and took on a worldly sensuousness. Nowhere is this new humanizing spirit more evident than in the statue of Aphrodite. Well, this is Aphrodite up here. Okay, Aphrodite. Nudity. CJ Raven says, New York is fully communist occupied. We may need a proxy civil war to take it back. Who's with me? I'm with you because I'm from upstate. I was born in New York City and I've lived there for a long time and I went to NYU, but I'm from hometown upstater, and the rest of the state, let me tell you, is not a fan of New York City and cannot stand that shit. So yeah, I'm with you. The rest of us New Yorkers are with you. Okay, where was I? Nowhere is this more evident than the statue of Aphrodite. Praxiteles sold to the Canaanians after another city had rejected it. The lost marble origin is known only through copies of Roman date, but Pliny considered it superior to all the works, not only of Praxiteles, but indeed the whole world. The statue made... Oh God, how do I fucking say these names? I hate Greek names. How to pronounce some weird ass shit.
Nidarians.
Is that how you say that? There's no R in what I'm... No, I think they got the wrong word. I don't know. Okay, let's look up who this guy is. Alright, there's that guy.
Naios.
Why is that weird robotic? God.
Naios.
I can't understand robots. The fuck? Nidos? Is that it? Okay, Nidos. Going with it. Nidos. Oh shit, Jiggy Death says that he works in a fine arts museum. I love that. I want to work in one. Nidos. Okay, the statue made by Nidos made Nidos famous. That's this Aphrodite sculpture up here. Statue, sculpture. It made him famous, and Pliny reported that many people sailed there just to see it. The Aphrodite of Knidos caused such a sensation in its time because Praxiteles took the unprecedented step of representing the goddess of love completely nude. Oh, shit. Female nudity was rare in earlier Greek art. I thought we looked at a lot of it. And confined almost exclusively to paintings on vases designed for household use. The women so depicted also tended to the courtesans or slave girls, not noblewomen or goddesses, and no one had dared fashion a life-size statue of a goddess without her clothes. Oh shit, she took her robe off. Moreover, Praxiteles' Aphrodite is not a cold and remote image. In fact, the goddess engages in a trivial act out of everyday life. She has removed her garment, draped it over a large hydria, water pitcher, and is about to step into the bath. Although shocking in its day, the Aphrodite of Kynos is not openly erotic. The goddess modestly shields her pelvis with her right hand, but she is quite sensuous. Lucian, writing in the 2nd century CE, noted that she had a welcoming look and a slight smile, and that Praxiteles became famous for his ability to transform marble into soft, radiant flesh. Lucian mentions, for example, the dewy quality of Aphrodite's eyes. Let's look at this again. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this looks like a classic pose to me nowadays. It's definitely like putting her robe down, stepping into the water, and taking her robe off. Anyway. Oh, damn, Gigadeath. I'm so jealous. I want to work at a fine arts museum. You know what? That's probably something I should look into. Except they're all probably liberal in New York. God damn it. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's her. She's got some funny looking titties though, gotta say. But yeah, this is just, you know, human form. Aphrodite. Oh shit, this is a Roman copy after an original of a circa 350 to 340 BCE marble, 6 foot tall, 6 inches high. It's in Rome. But yeah, it's a model, I guess, of it. Let's see. Then there's these guys, which I find funny because that guy on the right there looks like he's going, yo, hey you. You should be wearing a puffy jacket too. Ew. Hey Eduardo, nice to see you in here. Welcome, welcome. Alright, let's see, what do we got here? Her dewy eyes. Unfortunately, the rather mechanical Roman copies do not capture the quality of Praxiteles' modeling of the stone. Oh, okay. But the statue of Hermes and the infant Dionysus, 248. Oh, I didn't even notice the infant there. Oh. This was Greece's version of a rat pose. That's what I'm talking about. It's very like... Oh, hey, Eric. Oh, my God. It's such an honor to have you in here. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, it is a really great subject. Everyone should check out Eric's stuff. Jay, if you can help me out. Eric, what is your... just type in your @ for whatever, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. A lot of people in my chat are artsy people. And Eric does amazing paintings that are very classical, like... classical shit, and it's just incredible work, so you guys gotta check that out. Yeah, Jigadev says people have no idea how important art is to culture and civilization. That's why the communists target it to destroy. Yeah, and that's my problem. Ah, there we go. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, everyone should check him out. A lot of artists in here, artsy people. Yeah, of course. I always want to help you out, Eric. Anything I can do. Maybe we can collaborate on some stuff, work on some promotions, do some kind of things, because whatever platform I do have, pretty crap, but it's whatever it is, I would like to do it to help promote others, because that's what I feel like is really frustrating, what Jigadef was saying, that people have no idea how important art is to culture. And that's the problem with what I see on the right, is they definitely slag it off as something not important. My career getting ruined was not major news because she's a dancer. I'm like, okay, not a real career. Yeah, well, it was a real career to me. And, you know, the arts are really important because now I'm not out there doing my artwork and inspiring and keeping things alive. Now the left is doing it. That's all they're doing. So it's very, very important. Okay, where are we at? Okay, so yeah, the statue of Aphrodite here, which is a copy, they say doesn't have the qualities of the original, and her dewy eyes. And her, I guess that is that dewy eyes? It's like... Well, yeah, Steven is who says, yeah, libtards putting a bandana on walls. I mean, that's exactly it. I mean, the right want to, the left want to get rid of me because they don't like my politics, but then the right want to get rid of me and call all my art degenerate and pornography and blah, blah. Yet, now what's out there? You know who's performing in nightclubs and doing things in the art scene? You have these bitches that are peeing into buckets or pulling pearls out of their vagina or fisting themselves on the stage or shitting or doing something like... This is what they have out there, but sure, call Lady Alchemy pornographic and make sure she doesn't have a career. Cool. Keep culture alive, guys. Culture war, right? Really good job keeping that culture war. Winning that culture war. Anyway, so let's get back to this. Sorry, my bad. Where were we? Where were we? Okay, yeah, so Aphrodite's eyes. Unfortunately, the infant Dionysus. Okay. Unfortunately, the rather mechanical copies do not capture the quality of Praxiteles' modeling of the stone, but the statue of Hermes and the infant Dionysus found in the temple of Hera at Olympia, and gives a good idea of the look of the Aphrodite of Kindos. I forgot how to say it already. Alright, so 248. Okay, so wait, this is Praxiteles, Hermes, and the infant Oh, I see. So this is an actual Praxiteles, so it gives you an idea. No, this is a copy too, it says. It says this is Hermes, by Praxiteles, Hermes, and the infant Dionysus, from the Temple of Hera, Olympia, Greece. Copy after an original of a circa 340 BCE marble, 7 feet high, 7 foot 1 inch high archaeological museum in Olympia. Praxiteles' Hermes is as sensuous as his Aphrodite. The god gazes dreamily into space while he dangles a bunch of grapes as temptation for the infant wine god. Yeah, I thought that was Dionysus. I was like, that's a baby? Okay. But yeah, he's the wine god. I actually have a video about it in my YouTube channel. I think you can check it out. I think I made that. I filmed it. I gotta see if I published that. But they found a lot of actually they found a lot of archaeological works this past year in Europe. A lot in Greece. So they found some Dionysus heads and stuff, large stone heads, and I did a video about the how there was a time where there was like Catholicism or Christianity or whatever. It was like if you were like on the underground, if you were into that. So their way of worshiping Jesus, I guess is worshiping the right word? Their way of worshiping Jesus or whatever was to use Dionysus, because he was the wine god, and that's Jesus turning wine into water. There's a lot of similarities. Did a video on it. It's really interesting, actually. Okay, so yeah, the god gazes dreamily into space while he dangles a bunch of grapes as temptation for the infant wine god. Praxiteles humanized the Greek deities. Cool. Okay. So, once thought to be by the hand of the master himself, but now generally considered a copy of the highest quality, the statue depicts Hermes resting in a forest during his journey to deliver Dionysus to the satyr, a creature part man, part goat. Oh God, these goddamn Greek names. How to pronounce...
Paposolinos.
Oh, okay.
Paposolinos.
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 Paposolinos. Paposolinos. Paposolinos. Okay, so where are we? Once thought to be by the hand of the master himself. What's happening? Oh, we got James. Thanks so much. Donated $5. Says, no limits will reach for the sky. No valley too deep, no mountain too high. Thank you. That's so nice. That means a lot, guys. Yeah, if you want to help contribute, keep this art and culture alive on YouTube while other people are talking about whatever bullshit they're talking about, you can always help support me by helping me reach my goal. This is my weekly goal right now. I only have $46, which is 11.5% of my goal. And you can help me reach my goal by going to streamlabs.com/Martina Markota TV. Thank you, Pablo. Pablo says, what Martina does is not porn, and I know porn. Oh, thanks for that, Pablo. Love it. Unless you call holding that hot dog like that porn. I don't know. Okay. So we have... Oh, God. I forgot how to say it.
Paposolinos.
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 Paposolinos. Paposolinos. Paposolinos. Okay. So, okay. So that sculpture that we're looking at with the baby Dionysus, it says, once thought to be the hand of the master himself, but now generally considered a copy of the highest quality, the statue depicts Hermes resting in a forest during his journey to deliver Dionysus to the satyr, a creature part man, part goat. Posilinos and the nymphs who assumed responsibility for raising the child. Hermes leans on a tree trunk, here an integral part of the composition, not the copyist's edition, and his slender body form a sinus? Shallow S-curve that is the hallmark of many of Praxiteles' statues. I love an S-curve. Hell yeah. Let's back this up. Look for an S-curve here. Okay, that's probably... His missing arm was probably part of that S-curve. Probably giving it a little like, S-curve. Hey! I love that guy. Okay, where are we? The S-curve, that is his hallmark of many Praxiteles' statues. Hermes looks off dreamily into space while he dangles a bunch of grapes. That's probably where his arm was. Now missing, yeah, as a temptation for the infant who is to become the Greek god of the vine. This tender and very human interaction between an adult and a child is common in life, but it had been absent from Greek statuary work before the 4th century BCE. Yeah, so that's really interesting. A big distinction of this this period. What is it called? So the late classical art is how they started humanizing the gods, which they didn't do before. And I love that. Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, I love them being like otherworldly as well, but these moments of them doing this, I'm meditating upon it. It's actually really interesting kind of stuff. Yeah. Okay. The superb quality of the carving appears to be faithful to the Praxilian or original. The modeling is deliberately smooth and subtle, producing soft shadows that follow the planes as they flow almost imperceptibly onto another. The delicacy of the marble facial features stands in sharp contrast to the metallic precision of Polytechnos bronze figure that we saw in a few videos ago, in which even the locks of hair conform to the high classical sculptor's laws of symmetry and do not violate the skull's perfect curve. A comparison of these two statues reveal the sweeping change in artistic attitude and intent that occurred from the mid-5th to the mid-4th century BCE. Sensuous languor and in... I have to know what that word is.
Languor.
Languor. The state or feeling of pleasant or of tiredness or inertia. Okay. The state or feeling, often pleasant, of tiredness or inertia. Okay. The state of feeling, often pleasant, of tiredness or inertia.
Languor.
Languor. Okay. Learn something new every day, guys. Okay. Sensuous languor and an order of beauty that appeals more to the eye than to the mind replaced majestic strength and mathematical design. I love both of those kinds, both of those concepts. I love mathematical precision and sensuous languor and beauty. An order of beauty that appeals more to the eye than to the mind replaced majestic strength and mathematical design. In the statues of Praxiteles, the deities of Mount Olympus still possess a beauty mortals can aspire to. Thank you! That's what it's all about. I love it. I think that art should be like that. That's what nude art is about, okay? So when I was bitching about the burlesque dancers being fat and ugly, listen, I didn't judge them. I didn't say shit. I performed with them, and I was polite and respectful and whatever. But when they start coming after me and trying to spread around that I'm a Nazi, let's get her blacklist or whatever, I'm like, these bitches are just fat and ugly, right? So I was making fun of them. But that's kind of the thing. And then when you have people on the right calling any sort of nudity in arts pornography, I have a problem with all of that, because I am into like beauty and being this like living statue. I'm a living sculpture. That's what Lady Alchemy was. I was literally hired to just stand there in a spotlight and like move around in my costumes, right? And it's a lot of like sheer fabrics, which I just love sheer fabrics, headdresses and things like that. And you can like see forms, but it's not pornographic. It's more of a like, I wanted to be this like goddess-like figure and do these sculptural poses like they were talking about being really like subtle, and be this like goddess-like figure that God made, you know, like, and just be like, oh, this is like something to aspire to, you know, gotta get back in shape. But yeah, that was the whole point, is to like marvel at God's beauty, and you know, it's just a great thing. And you know what, I'm glad that I did it, because as I'm getting older, I'm kind of like, damn, like I looked good, damn it, and I was a cool sculpture, living sculpture. Anyway, so where are we at? Sensuous languor and the order of beauty that appeals more to the eye than to the than to the mind, replace majestic strength and mathematical design. In the statue of Praxiteles, the deities of Mount Olympus still possess a beauty mortals can aspire to, although not achieve, but they are no longer remote. Praxiteles' god have stepped off their high classical pedestals and entered the late classical world of human experience. That's right, I love that. Okay, let's look at this guy real quick. So this is, oh no, we're not there yet. Okay, so again, more Greek names I do not know how to pronounce. Eduardo asked, what book is this again? This is the standard art history book that I looked up that is used in Princeton. However, they just recently also are getting rid of art history class in Princeton because it's like too focused on Western art, but they have a million other classes focused on every sort of African art, whatever, Islamic art, all sorts of art. But this was like one of the only worthwhile classes that I would say in the art department in university is art history, like the standard art history. So I wanted to look up a good book, and then I came to find out that they were getting rid of it. So interesting that we're going over Princeton's art history book. It is actually called Art Through the Ages by Gardner, if you want to look it up. So it's Gardner, Art Through the Ages. Stephen is who asked off topic question, what did you go to university for? People don't know this, so I studied math at NYU. Mathematics, baby. Yep. I was a math major. That's why I like the mathematical precision stuff too, and you know, beauty and all that. But I was going to study art, but when I took AP Art Portfolio and AP Art History in high school, I mean, I loved art history, hence we're doing it now. But I had like a choice to make because I like was a math tutor in high school and like really good at it. And it was, you know, it was a stable thing, and I was like, I really could be a great teacher. But then I was also had the artsy stuff, and I remember when I was choosing colleges having all these like options and there's art schools and blah blah blah. But luckily I'm not a retard, and I was like, yeah, going to college for art is retarded. You should go for like math. I think if you're going to get a degree, it should be in something. I mean, art history is great. I think like studying art to be like an art historian or something is really good, and it's important. And I do think that they should be less leftist in those fields. But generally, if you want to be an artist, I would say take business. Take business classes and take some minor in arts and just get some classes out of the way. But you're going to want business if you're going to be an artist. But yeah, so I chose math, and I was tutoring math, teaching math, studying math, doing a ton of math, and then I was like in plays, doing theater, doing like pinup modeling in New York, like getting involved, started doing burlesque, and then I decided to be an artist because I was like, you're only young once, you know? And when I was tutoring and doing all the math nerd stuff, it was like, yeah, I feel like I'm missing a little bit of something that I should be doing while I'm young. So I went out and did it while I was young, and yeah, I guess, sure, now I can try to teach or whatever, but like my reputation's totally ruined. I don't know. With the coronavirus, people do need some help, so I don't know. I've been helping with my niece, but maybe I can offer services for like math and shit. I don't know. Anyway. I was going to say you're still young. Well, thanks for that. I'm in my 30s, but yeah, I mean, that is still young. It's shocking when you can see people that are older, like really fit, really in shape, and they look great. You really can stay young for a really long time doing that. But yeah, it's still young, but you know, when you're in your early 20s, 19, 20 years old, it's like, let me try out a little bit of art and modeling and doing stuff and performing. So all right, let's get back to this. How do I say this word? War, Greek, bullshit. How to pronounce?
Lysippos.
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 Okay, Lysippos. Oh God, now you guys are asking me about math. Did you like calculus? Yes, I love calculus. Calculus is my favorite. Once you start to learn calculus, actually, I'm gonna take that back. Algebra is my favorite. I wanted to be an algebra teacher. That's what I was going to do. I mean, if you want to talk about how to solve for x or graph a parabola, find the vertices, negative b over 2a, find, wherever the variable is x on the parabola or some shit. I got it. I don't even need to look it up. Like, we got it. Let's go. Let's rumble. I can do algebra, no problem. But when it comes to calculus, I absolutely love calculus because that is when math actually starts to make sense in the real world, okay? So, quick little lesson, a derivative, which is what you learn in calculus, is an instantaneous rate of change or a tangent point on a curve. So, tangent line on a curve. So, a tangent line is like a straight line, right? It's a tangent line, and there's like a curve. It's a tangent point on a line. So that point right there on the where it meets, and that's like the derivative, right? Actually makes sense in language too, because when you go off on a tangent, it's like touches for a second and then it goes off. It's a tangent line. Get it? Tangent. But anyway, yeah, derivative is an instantaneous rate of change. So think about that. It's a rate of change at an exact moment in time. Okay, and so. Derivative of a double derivative, is rate of change, which is acceleration. Then you get into studying calc-based physics and applying that calculus to physics. When most people study physics, they have to do like this really weird sideways angle of like doing physics if they haven't taken calculus yet, which is so stupid. You should take calculus so that you can do the physics properly. But anyway, yeah, and then you have integrals. I mean, it's the area under a curve is one way of looking at an integral. So if you think about like shapes, right, the area of shapes, you have like a square, length times width. That's the area of a square. You have the area of a triangle, length times width divided by 2. And then you have the area of a circle. What is it, like pi r squared, right? But what if you have like a really weird squiggly shape? How do you get the exact area inside that squiggly shape? So if you think of like a roller coaster curve and it's like doing that, how do you do the exact like area inside of it? Like exact. You have to do integrals. Integrals, baby. Anyway. Yeah, exactly, Eduardo. Vector calculus changed my way of seeing things. And that's exactly what my point with the calculus was, that like once you take calculus, you're like, oh, like I see the world differently. I see math differently. Like I see the point of it all. Like, okay, like I get it. So I recommend calculus. I love calculus. I don't think I could be a calculus teacher, not now, because there's very complex like things, and then you have like the chain rule and like all these different ways, rules of derivatives and integrals and concepts. And then there's multivariable calculus, you know, calculus in 3 dimensions. How to like, oh god, it gets crazy. So I find it very fascinating and I love going through it, but to teach it, you have to really, really know the subject incredibly well. I'm not an expert on calculus. I just know it. I've taken it. I understand the concept, and that's the thing about calculus and math, is that it's a concept. It's not memorizing how to, or like knowing how to calculate like large quantities of addition or subtraction in your head. Like I use a calculator for that shit, dude. Human error. Like I'm not calculating shit. I am solving problems and trying to figure out solutions and like comprehending concepts. That's what math is about, and what I love about calculus. But as far as knowing something like the back of your hand, I know algebra, so I will teach kids algebra anytime, anywhere. I actually have a Discord tab for algebra. Oh my god, this ended up being a math stream. I have to get through this Greek stuff today. Eduardo said, I think I've said it here before, but chemical engineering is applied vector calculus, and it frustrates me to see that teachers don't show it that way. Yeah, that's really interesting. I actually knew no, it was a biochemical? I think I knew a biochemical engineer. Well, not like an actual engineer yet. They were studying for that. Some like Korean friend that I had in class in school, university, and she was studying to do that. And she was in all, like, we were friends because she was in my calculus classes and stuff like that. So yeah, they definitely have more correlation with that stuff. We need to do a philosophy of math stream still. Yeah, we totally do have to do that. I know, Dan, we got a lot of collaborating to do. For sure. Let me just catch up to comments about this math stuff. Okay. Better than gender studies, that's true. That's why I went to the trades instead of university. Trade is always great. Calculus is fascinating, it sure is. Algebra is very useful in philosophy. I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. And another thing that I noticed about logic and philosophy and like just general debating and having conversations, how people don't have logic, I see it mathematically, which is why I think I'd actually do really well with law. I think I could be like a good lawyer too, because there's like a process of thought, and when you can like follow that, like it's important. And sometimes it boggles my mind that people can't comprehend a simple chain law where it's like, if A yields B and B yields C, then A yields C. It's like, can you not comprehend that? Like, I see like things, arguments. That's what it is, an argument. Yeah, it is literally an argument in logic, and I see arguments mathematically. Mathematics is about problem solving. Eduardo said, when I noticed I was using gradients and potential to explain an abstract philosophical argument to a friend, vector calculus literally changed me. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. And it really frustrates me when people go like, when do you ever need math outside of school? I'm like, all the time. Like, hello. And it's also kind of like alchemy, because alchemy people are like, think that you don't need it. What's the importance of it? You can like survive without. Yeah, it's true. You don't need to know it. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It doesn't mean it doesn't work. It doesn't mean it's not there. It doesn't mean you can't live your life. But when you do know it and you do see it everywhere, it changes your life. You can sense the world in a different way. You have a different way of maneuvering around the world. And calculus, math is the same way. It's like, sure, you don't need to know calculus in your life. You can live and die without knowing it and have a whole life not knowing it. But when you do know it, you kind of see beyond the veil. You're like, I see what's happening here. I love it. It's not just about problem solving. It's about describing the universe. Cool. Potential functions. I can see that. A lot of mathematicians believe the universe has an underlying code to it. Yeah. Oh my God, this stream is totally turning into something else. Yeah, no, I agree with that too. I'm someone that studied mathematics, like in awe of like God's formula and God's like maneuvering, mechanical engineering, whatever. Mechanical engineering, and I guess bio and chemical engineering. But yeah, I found it to be in awe of God studying this stuff. Same with alchemy. But I found it interesting that there were some people in my calculus classes that were like staunch atheists and thought that the math and science proved God doesn't exist. I'm like, who do you think is making these crazy formulas and things? Who do you think's making these patterns in the universe? Like, come on, motherfucker. Yeah, it's crazy. I also think that quantum physics is like starting to show that there's like strange things in the universe and that things function. Yeah, I don't know. Quantum physics, I think, is starting to get there. I have a friend that studies languages, says Eduardo, and he's taking maths. What are you, in Europe or something? Maths? Just because of philosophical reasons. I could see that. There you go. Dan Smith got in there with the quantum physics. But once you get into quantum physics, you see how the base 10 system is limited. Okay, I'm almost done with this. The very structure of math is dependent on the existence of God. I agree. Am I Christian? I consider myself. I was raised Roman Catholic because my mom's from Croatia, so she always made the distinction of being Catholic, and that Catholic is the best. So yeah, I would consider myself Catholic. I don't go to church, and I don't care for the Pope. Not saying I don't go to church. I will go to church. I just don't go regularly. Like oh, I go to church on Sunday. Oh wow. Okay, we have a unique hot take here. I don't know how to say her name. MCAD. He said quantum physics is inherently postmodern / demonic. That all our known traditions of physics are incorrect and everything breaks down into random meaninglessness at the base level. Woo! That is a hot take. Yeah, I mean, I think it's showing that there is an existence of God or like something that we don't know of, and this is my main issue with the religion of science, when people like aren't even scientists, they're just like normal people, but they like just go, well, science hasn't proven it, science says this, science says that. I'm like, okay, you do know that the whole point of science is like, we don't know shit, but let's try to understand some of it. Michael Von Doom. Hey, what's up, buddy? Oh, you're always so kind to me. I really do appreciate it. Gave $2. Says, at work, but have some non-Euclidean simp bucks. Okay, thank you. You're always so great and have the best comments. Thank you so much, Michael. I really do appreciate you. Yeah, no, so I think that it's showing, like, okay, so science is like, we don't know shit. but let's try to understand it. And the religion of science takes science discovering something or explaining something at face value, and that's it. So quantum physics, I think, shows that like, well, it's like some weird shit that we really don't fully understand, but like things start acting funny if it's observed, you know, like the double slit experiment and stuff is like, I don't know what's going on here, but like it acts one way, but then when we're watching it, it acts another way. That's where the whole riddle of like, if a tree falls in a forest and no one's there to hear it, doesn't make a sound. That's a quantum physics thing. Oh my god. We're really going off topic. Well, I think it's an interesting comment and topic, MCAD. I'm not sitting here being like, ah, you're wrong. Like, I don't know. I don't know shit. But it's an interesting discussion, and I'm open to your take. I have Jigga Death, the graphic novel. Thanks so much, buddy. Says just a bit to help. Thank you for the $5. Thank you. Oh, okay, we gotta get back to this Greek shit. Where? Why is it saying I only made $8? I have $5 from James and $3 from Google too. Didn't we have some super chats? What the fuck is happening here? Why isn't it picking up the super chats? Streamlabs. Oh god. I hope everything's okay. Anyway, if you guys do want to help me out, where are we at? We have... Are we still only at 46? Is this not updated? What the fuck is happening? I don't understand why the donations aren't coming out right. But it says that I'm at $46 for the week. Okay, that's not today, guys. It's like $8 today. Like 11.5%. If you want to help me out, go to streamlabs.com/Martina Markota TV. Yeah. Let's get back to it. Oh, God.
Lysippos.
Okay. Lysippos, as renowned in his day as Praxiteles was, Lysippos, selected by Alexander the Great to create his official portrait. Alexander could afford to employ the best. His father, Philip II, hired the leading thinker of his age, Aristotle, as the young Alexander's tutor. Lysippos introduced a new canon of proportions in which the bodies were more slender than those of Polykletos, whose own canon continued to exert enormous influence, and the heads roughly 1/8 the height of the body. Okay, and the heads roughly 1/8 the height of the body, rather than 1/7 as the previous century. The new proportions appear in one of Lysippos' most famous works, Poximos, figure 249, a bronze statue of an athlete scraping oil from his body after exercising, knowing, as usual, only from Roman copies in marble. A comparison. Okay, let's look at this guy. I think this is that guy. Okay, is this what he's doing? He's scraping his bodies off. Lysippos, the scraper, Roman marble copy of a bronze original of a circa 330 BCE, 6 feet 9 inches high. It's at, is that the Vatican in Rome? I don't know, Vaticani. That's the museum. Okay, is that museum? Musei Vaticani, Rome. Lysippos introduced a new canon of proportions and a nervous energy to his statues. He also broke down the dominance of the frontal view and encouraged looking at statues from multiple angles. Okay, Stephen Forex says the oil is very sought after or caught after by Roman women as beauty treatment. Oh, right. I think I heard about that. Yeah, that's true. Where are we? The Lysippos. Okay, so yeah, it was a bronze statue. That was a copy that we just saw of an athlete scraping from oil from his body after exercising, known as usual, only from Roman copies in marble. A comparison with Polykletos reveals more than a change in physique. The nervous energy running through the Lysippos statue is absent in the balanced form of the Dorphorus, the scraper, is about to reach the end of the right arm. Okay, let me see. He's about to eat. Okay, so he's going like that. Okay, so he's scraping. That's what it is. Looks like he's going... Yo, what's up? Or he's scraping his body. Okay. It's the scraper. He's about to reach the end of the right arm. And at any moment, the athlete will switch to the other hand so that he can scrape his left arm. At the same time, he will shift his weight and reverse the positions of his legs. Lysippos rejected stability and balance as worthy goals for statuary. He also began to break down the dominance of the frontal view in freestanding sculpture and encouraged the observer to look at his statues from multiple angles. I love that. There's like some beautiful sculptures at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City that like it just every angle you like just it literally in a circle. I have one in the middle of a like hall entryway or whatever, and it's like it's fantastic. It's like these women. They're just like all like wrapped around this. It's gorgeous. Oh my god. Anyway. Because Lysippos represented the athlete with his right arm boldly thrusted forward, the figure breaks out of the shallow rectangular box that defined the boundaries of earlier statues. To comprehend the action, the observer must move to the side and view the work at 3/4 angle or in full profile. Okay. Okay, sorry, Dan is freaking out about the stream. Well, Dan, the problem is that I've had many trolls for many years, so I definitely have a limit to a lot of limit to the chat. Who's Susan Wojak? Are you guys? Anyway, but yeah, like I don't do links. There's all sorts of stuff because I've had so many people harassing me and spamming me and doing all sorts of stuff. So I'm now gathering like some really cool people like you guys. Yeah, so I might just like get rid of all the old limitations that I've had. Oh my god, I'm so sore as shit. Oh, I worked out yesterday. Yeah, I might take off the limitations soon because I think things are starting to clear up. But and I have a really great people in the chat like you guys all the time, and we're genuinely trying to talk about art and share links and stuff like that. So I think that's worthwhile. You guys know how to handle trolls if they come. Anyway, so where are we at? The Battle of Issus? I would say the Battle of Issues. Yeah, that's me. That's my life. Okay, let's see. How do I say that? How to pronounce
issues.
Oh, issues. No, I'm looking for, excuse me. Isis? No, Isis. Looking for Isis, not issue.
Isis, Cilicio.
Isis. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Just have to make sure I'm saying it right. Snacks and comments. Hail, hail. Isis. Okay. Well, guys, just quickly about the Groypers. I'm cool with the OG Groypers. OG Groypers are chill. They're chill with me. It's fine. It's just all the new Groypers, November Groypers, that are the problem. But yeah, there's very, very few. That's right, MCAD. That's right. I'm the original Groyper mommy. That's right. Yep. I'm the original, and then all the new Groypers attack me. And it's really sad, and it's crazy. Yeah. But I know what they're saying when people are, when they are talking about the Groypers, and it's like, oh, like they're terrible, blah blah. I know they're talking about new Groypers. Anyway, so the Battle of Issus. The life of Alexander the Great was very much like an epic saga, full of heroic battles, exotic locales, and unceasing drama. That sounds like my fucking life. Okay. Alexander was a man of unique character, an inspired leader with boundless energy and an almost foolhardy courage, who always personally led his army into battle. A Roman mosaic not only captures the Macedonian king's unique character, but also provides a welcome glimpse of Greek monumental painting during Alexander's time. In the Alexander mosaic, as it is usually called, the mosaicist employed tesserae, tiny stones or pieces of glass cut to the desired size and shape, to paint what art historians believe is a reasonably faithful copy of a famous panel painted around 310 BCE by Philoxenos of Eretria. The subject is a great battle between Alexander the Great and the Persian king Darius III, probably the Battle of Issus in southeastern Turkey, which Darius fled in humiliating defeat. All right, cool. Okay. I love how we talk about Groypers and then and a Groyper pops up. Hashtag not all Groypers. MCAT said, I'm a November Groyper, admittedly. You know what? I do appreciate you. You are saying things that are like, you know, hot takes different from what we're saying, but you're saying it in a respectful way. You're having a genuine conversation. You're admitting that you're a November Groyper, but like, you seem chill. So, you seem chill. I'm into it. I have no problem with you. Okay, so let's check out this mosaic. Oh, looks like it was a piece of it's missing. We were suspicious of you at first, but you're cool, MCAD. Yeah, I mean, I'm suspicious of anyone that isn't really usual in here or acts funny. But you're chill now, unless you're totally trolling us. But you seem like you're being really chill. Imagine having conversations with people you disagree with. Oh my god, MCAD. I'm just not one for intimate drama, lol. All I know is that Daily Groyper put out a hit piece on Martina. Yeah, okay, well let me explain that real quick, because first of all, they put a hit piece out on Venti, and they talked about me being beautiful and talented and like all this stuff just to shit on Venti, and they like totally were like amping me up and simping for me. And then when I fire my artist for my comic book, he wants then decides to have a vendetta against me because I fired him after he took thousands and thousands of dollars and didn't produce, and he put me in a hole. But anyway, he's mad and bitter, so he went around trying to get all of his buddies in the Daily Groiper and like his Irony Bro buddies and his cat boyfriends to go after me. So then they did a hit piece on me. But if you look at the two articles, they're completely contradictory. But he just wrote the whole hit piece and they decided to publish it. They're like, whatever, I don't care. But yeah, that's basically all that was. But it's interesting. Someone should put a side-by-side of the like original, the Venti piece where they like talk about how amazing and beautiful and talented I am and how jealous people are of me. And then they put this whole thing shitting on me that Mons wrote. It's like, okay, can you get any more contradictory? Anyway. Okay, so looks like this thing is falling apart a little. Is this the Mosaic? Let's see. Okay, let's see how to save this. How to pronounce... Oh, jeez.
Philoxenos.
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 Philoxenos. All right, Philoxenos of Eretria, Battle of Issus, circa 310 BCE, Roman copy, Alexander Mosaic, from the House of the Faun, Pompeii, Italy. Late 2nd or early 1st century BCE. Tessera mosaic. It's 8 feet by 10 inches and 16 feet by 9 inches. It's in the Museum of Archaeology in Naples. Philoxenos here reveals his mastery of foreshortening. Remember when we talked about that? Modeling in color and depicting reflections and shadows. Most impressive, however, is the physiological intensity of the confrontation between Alexander and Darius. Okay. Interesting. Put this maybe on a bigger screen for you. Let's do this for a second. Oh my god, it says Nazi. Jay, remember when we had the race war here? That was funny. Hey, nation state, what's up? What's up? How's it going? Race warrior. All right. Where? Okay, yeah, there we go. So let's see about this.
Philoxenos.
Philoxenos. Okay, Philoxenos. Philoxenos' painting is notable for its technical mastery of problems that had long faced Greek painters. Even Lysippos would have marveled at the rearing horse seen in a 3/4 rear view below Darius. Okay, let's see that. 3/4. Yeah, I see it. I think. Okay. And the subtle modulation of the horse's rump through shading in browns and yellows far surpasses anything even a white ground vase painter ever attempted. Other details are even more impressive. The Persian to the right of the rearing horse has fallen to the ground and raises backward and raises backward a dropped Macedonian shield to protect him from being trampled. Huh. Interesting. Philoxenos recorded the reflection of the main terrified face on the polished surface. Sorry, I was just rereading if I said that right. Reflection of the man's terrified face on the polished surface of the shield. Everywhere in the scene, men, animals, and weapons cast shadows on the ground. Philoxenos and other classical painters interested in the reflection of insubstantial light on a shiny surface, and in the absence of light, shadows, stand in marked contrast to earlier painters' preoccupation with a clear presentation of weighty figures seen against a blank background. The Greek painter here truly opened a window into a world filled not only with figures, trees, and sky, but also with light. Most impressive about Battle of Issus, however, is the psychological intensity of the drama unfolding before the viewer's eyes. Alexander leads his army into battle without even a helmet to protect him. He drives his spear through one of Darius's bodyguards while the Persian's horse collapses beneath him. Alexander is only a few yards away from Darius, and he directs his gaze at the king, not at the man impaled on his now useless spear. Darius has called for retreat. In fact, his charioteer is already whipping the horses and speeding the king to safety. Before he escapes, Darius looks back at Alexander and, in a pathetic gesture, reaches out towards his brash foe. But the victory has slipped from his hands. Plighty said, I forgot how to say it. Philoxenos' painting of the battle between Alexander and Darius was inferior to none. Okay. Interesting. Theater of... more goddamn Greek names. How to pronounce
Epidaurus.
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 Epidaurus. All right. Isn't Croatia between Greece and Italy? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But we have a totally different language and stuff. It's weird. Yeah, we're more Slavic. Theater of Epidaurus. In ancient Greece, plays were not performed repeatedly over months or years as they are today. Excuse me, loud sounds outside. In ancient Greece, plays were not performed repeatedly over months or years as they are today, but only once during sacred festivals. Wow, I love that. See, that's the thing that I love also about my performance art. That I've done the black paint one was once. I've only done that once. It was in an art gallery. It was like a once in a moment thing. Yeah, sad. Happened and it didn't happen anymore. But also my live performances, which I will do repeatedly. Sometimes I've done just once, and that was that. I've done some really cool stuff, but just it being live in general, it just happens and then it goes away. Like even the ones that I've done repeatedly at the theater that I worked in, there was no cameras allowed, there was no cell phones, there's no footage of anything. I did it, and it's gone, and that's why it's really sad, because people like to say all sorts of stuff about me, but it's like, damn, like, if you only knew what it was to, like, what my performances were about, like, you would be like, damn, okay, like, can't talk shit, but it's something that was done live, and there's something different about live performance, theater, than there is about like digital media. It's just like not the same. Having someone live in front of you doing something live is like, damn, that's a whole different genre. Whole different ballgame. MCAD, yeah, that's like a place between like Croatia and Italy that is like, I think like Croatians say it's Croatians and Italy tries to say it's theirs sometimes. It's a little weird thing. But anyway. Epidaurus. In ancient Greece, plays were not performed repeatedly over months or years as they are today, but only once during sacred festivals. Greek drama was closely associated with religious rites and was not pure entertainment. Oh my god, I love that. I kind of want to just tweet that out because it's just like cool. That's really, really freaking cool. Let me see. I'm gonna quote tweet myself. Love it. Cool. Okay, at Athens, for example, performers stage the great tragedies of, oh, Jesus fucking Christ, Sophocles and all sorts of other people in the 5th century BCE at the Dionysus festival in the theater dedicated to the god on the southern slope of the Acropolis. The finest theater in Greece, however, is at Epidaurus. The architect, who was Polykleitos the Younger, possibly a nephew of the great 5th century sculptor. The precursor of the formal Greek theater was a place where ancient rites, songs, and dances were performed. This circular piece of earth was, with a hard and level surface, later became the orchestra, literally dancing place of the theater. The actors and the chorus performed there at the Epidaurus. An altar to Dionysus stood at the center of the circle. The spectators sat on the slope overlooking the orchestra. The theatron, place for seeing. When the Greek theater took architectural shape, builders always situated the auditorium, cave, Latin for hollow place, cavity, in hillside. Okay, so this is, damn, that is some theater. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Polykleitos the Younger, aerial view of the theater, Epidaurus, Greece, circa 350 BCE. Greek theaters were always situated on hillsides, which supported the cavea of stone seats overlooking the circular orchestra. The Epidaurus Theater is the finest in Greece. It accommodated 12,000 spectators. So that's cool. They put them up on hills. So it was like a natural slope that they put around this like circle. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Okay, so the cavea, I always want to say caveat. No, we're not in physics. The cavea at Epidaurus, composed of wedge-shaped sections of stone benches separated by stairs, is somewhat greater than a semicircle in plan. The auditorium is 387 feet in diameter, and its 55 rows of seats accommodated about 12,000 spectators. They entered the theater via a passageway between the seating area and the scene building, Sken, which housed dressing rooms for the actors, and performed a backdrop for the plays. and formed a backdrop for the place. The design is simple but perfectly suited to its function. Even in antiquity, the Epidaurus theater was famous for the harmony of its proportions. Although spectators sitting in some of the seats would have had a poor view of the sken, all had unobstructed views of the orchestra. Because of the excellent acoustics of the open-air cavea, everyone in the audience could hear the actors and chorus. What? Okay. Okay. Well, shit. Hellenistic art. Okay. Kind of wanted to go to the bathroom. How are you guys doing? I built one of those in Minecraft once. Cavier. Cavea? Cavea. Okay. How are you guys doing? I might take a quick bathroom break if you don't mind. And then we'll finish up Greece. Alright. Stay put. No one go anywhere. If you do go anywhere, you have to send me a super chat or a Streamlabs donation. And you can do that by going to streamlabs.com/Martina Markota TV. Okay? We all have to hold it in. Okay. Have I been to Greece? No. No, I have not. Okay, cool. Well, guys, stick around. Just watch a commercial. Watch some of my art while we have a break. You can have a break. Maybe you'll get some coffee. I don't know. All the above. Make me go to the bathroom and more, but whatever. Don't go anywhere. If you do go somewhere, you have to send a Streamlabs donation. And if you don't go anywhere, you can always send me a Streamlabs donation too. Thank you very much. My goal is going nowhere today. Let me see. Copyright-free commercials. Okay, here's some commercial, guys. I'll be back, and we'll go over Hellenistic art. I love Hellenistic art.
Every morning I wake up elope and palm slam a VHS into the slot. It is Chronicles of Riddick. Chronicles of Riddick. Every morning I wake up elope and palm slam a VHS into the slot. It is Chronicles of Riddick. Chronicles of Riddick. And right then and there I start doing the moves alongside with the main character. Riddick. And right then and there I start doing the moves alongside with the main character. Riddick. I do every move and I do every move hard. Making whooshing sounds when I slam down some necro bastards, or even when I mess up technique. Not many can say they escaped the galaxy's most dangerous prison.
I can.
Alright guys, I'm back. How are you? You doing okay? Yeah? Yeah. Just got myself some coffee. Lukewarm coffee, that is. coffee. Anyway. Okay, so what do you guys think? I think we'll finish up with the Greece. Just finish up goddamn Greece. I'm going on and on with Greece. So I guess we'll finish it up. If we can. I would love to try your coffee recipe. Like, maybe I could do next stream just be like Hellenistic art, but then that's just like not really, is it? Yeah, and then there's all this. Alright, let's just try to get through this. Let's do this. Okay. Oh, sorry, you guys are not seeing what I'm seeing. Okay, let's do that. Okay, Hellenistic art. Maybe I'll tweet about it. Fuck it. Fuck people on Twitter if they're not in here already. You know what I mean? It's getting hot now. It's getting hot in my puffy jacket. Ugh. You add a stick of cinnamon, 10 pods of cardamom, ooh, and 3 cloves into the coffee grounds. That sounds great. I love that. Okay. Oh no, guys, try to refresh. Can you hear me? Why does this happen every time I take a break? How's it going? We good? We're good now? Okay. What the fuck is happening? I feel like it's glitching for me now. Alright. Okay. Alexander the Great's conquest of the Near East, Egypt, and India ushered in a new cultural age that historians and art historians alike called Hellenistic. The period opened with the death of Alexander in 323 BCE and lasted nearly 3 centuries until the double suicide of Queen Cleopatra of Egypt and her Roman consort Mark Antony in 30 BCE after their decisive defeat at the Battle of Actium by Antony's rival Augustus. A year later, Augustus made Egypt a province in the Roman Empire. Alright, it's tolerable. That's good, that's good. After Alexander's death, his generals divided his far-flung empire among themselves and established their own regional kingdoms. The cultural centers of the Hellenistic periods were the court cities of these Greek kings: Antioch in Syria, Alexandria in Egypt, Pergamon in Asia Minor, and others. And international culture united the Hellenistic world, and its language was Greek. Okay, another fun fact: Cleopatra was actually Macedonian. She was like part of like this Hellenistic Greek kind of shit in, you know, Egypt. Oh, this fucking stream. Is it still fucking with you guys? Anyway. Also, gonna chill. Please, really need your help. Please make it happen for me by going to the link Down here, it's streamlabs.com/Martina Markota TV, and help me reach my goal for the week. Otherwise, I'm screwed. Thank you. I should not do that to my face. Okay, where are we at? Okay, an international culture united the Hellenistic world, and its language was Greek. Hellenistic kings became enormously rich on the spoils of the East, priding themselves on their libraries, love it, art collections, love it, and scientific enterprises, love it. As well as on the learned men they could assemble at their courts. Learned men they could assemble at their courts. The world of the small, austere, and heroic city-state passed away, as did the power and prestige of its center, Athens. A cosmopolitan, Greek citizen of the world, civilization, much like today's, replaced it. Okay. I have a few comments that I do want to read, though. Captain Nero says, you should check out ancient Greek portrait sculpture, Context, Subjects, and Styles paperback, May 7th, 2012, by Sheila Dillon, author. Cool. I will screen cap that and check that out. That was a screen cap sound. Interesting side note, according to Indian tradition, Alexander was nearly killed by an Indian king, but was spared because the king was wearing a rakhi to him given by Alexander's wife. Huh. That is a fun fact. Thank you for that. Okay, so we created cosmopolitan civilizations. Citizen means in Greek, citizen of the world, much like today's. Replaced it. Altar of Zeus, Pergamon. That just makes me think of gammon. The kingdom of Pergamon, founded in the early 3rd century BCE after the breakup of Alexander's empire, embraced almost all of Western and Southern Asia Minor. The Pergamon kings enjoyed immense wealth and expended much of it. Oop, Jesus Christ. Sorry, I'm getting really distracted now. Alexander had multiple wives, I believe, all Persian war brides. Okay, the Pergamon kings enjoyed immense wealth and expended much of its embellishing their wealth, expended much of it on embellishing their capital city, especially its Acropolis. The Altar of Zeus, erected about 175 BCE, is the most famous Hellenistic sculptural ensemble. The monument's west front, figure 252. Ooh, that is lovely. I love that. Cool. The Rakhi is a sacred thread given to brothers by their sisters, cementing their bond. Oh my god. Alexander had a lot of the officers in his army intermarry with Persian women. The most based man in history. Okay. Okay, so this thing, I might want to switch angles. Okay, this monument's west front has been reconstructed in Berlin. Okay, the altar proper was on an, oh, is that where, what is happening here? Okay. It has been reconstructed in Berlin. The altar proper was on an elevated platform and framed by an Ionic colonnade. Remember, we went over these Ionic and Dorian columns, with projecting wings on either side of a broad central staircase. That staircase is something. I do like All around the altar platform was a... Sorry, I'm just realizing that it's an altar. That's awesome! All around the altar platform was a sculpted frieze, almost 400 feet long, populated by about 100 larger-than-life figures. The subject was the Battle of Zeus and the gods against the giants. Ooh, the most extensive representation Greek artists ever attempted at the epic conflict for control of the world. A similar subject appeared on the shield of Phidias' Athena Parthenos and on some of the Parthenon metopes, where the Athenians sought to draw a parallel between the defeat of the giants and the defeat of the Persians. Yay! Got something! Got a hot dog donation! Where are we at? Why is Streamlabs not picking up the super chat donations? It's really concerning me. Stephen is who gave $5, and he says, do you like ancient Greece more than Rome, and what's your favorite ancient European civilization? If you don't mind me asking, what are you doing for money outside YouTube? Well, I mean, especially now with coronavirus, I'm not doing anything for money outside of YouTube, so that's why I'm like, please donate, please donate. You gotta, like, do it every single time, you know, for, you know, every day. Just try to make some money YouTubing, and I think that I provide better content than people just burping on stream and talking about dumb stuff and playing video games. Like, okay, we're doing educational stuff. I think this is worthwhile, and I hope it picks up and people, you know, really care to keep this sort of stuff going, because culture is really important for what we're trying to do and push forward. But as far as Greek or Roman goes, I mean, that's a good question, but after we wrap up this, hopefully soon, today, the next chapter is Roman art, so we'll see. I do like a lot of the classical Greek stuff, but you learn something new every day. Maybe we'll come across some things in that chapter that I'm really fascinated by, but I definitely always like Greek and Roman. Yeah, very similar to me, actually. So we'll see. We'll see what the difference is in the next stream when we get into that chapter. And what's my favorite ancient European civilization? Yeah, I mean, it would be the ancient Greek and Roman shit. Ooh, no, I like ancient Egypt too. Yeah, like the Hellenistic one, like Library of Alexandria shit. I always liked that too. I always thought Egypt was like that today. Like, it's like ancient Egypt. I always imagined it like ancient Egypt. I just definitely like that stuff. It's the land of Chem. It's where alchemy comes from too. The land of Chem, the Black Earth, over in the delta of the Nile River. The Book of Thoth. The next chapter is where we expand our consciousness. Yep. Yeah, I would agree with that, Eduardo. He prefers Greece over Rome. Roman art was very focused on propaganda, copying busts of different emperors and shit. Yeah. Okay. Book of Thoughts. That's right, Jay. The Book of Thoughts. Okay, let's get back to it. Gotta finish this up. Okay. So, where are we at? I met Hermes Trismegistus once, and he was a great guy. Oh my god. That's like the name of my computer. I named my computer Trismegistus. It's really funny. All around the altar. A similar subject appeared on the shield of Phidias' Athena Parthenos, and on some of the Parthenon metopes, where the Athenians sought to draw a parallel between the defeat of the giants and the defeat of the Persians. The Pergamene king Attalos the First, 241 to 197 BCE, had successfully turned back an invasion by the Gauls in Asia Minor. The gigantom of the altar, the ginormousness of the altar of Zeus alluded to his victory over those barbarians. The designer of the Pergamon altar also made a deliberate connection with Athens, whose earlier defeat of the Persians was by then legendary, and with the Parthenon already recognized as a classical monument in both senses of the word. The figure of Athens, figure 253, this thing. Okay. For example, who grabs the hair of the giant Alcyonoe of as Nike flies in to crown her, is a variation on the Athena from the Parthenon's east pediment. But the Pergamene frieze is not a dry series of borrowed motifs. On the contrary, its tumultuous narrative has an emotional intensity without parallel in earlier monuments. The battle rages everywhere, even up and down the very steps visitors must ascend to reach Zeus's altar. That's awesome. Okay, so she's like pulling on hair and shit. Athena battling Alcyonoe's detail of gigantonomy frieze of the altar of Zeus, Pergamon, Turkey, circa 175 BCE. It's made out of marble, 7 feet 6 inches high, and it's in a museum in Berlin. The tumultuous gigantonomy, I don't know. The ginormousness of the Pergamon altar has an emotional intensity unparalleled in earlier Greek art. Violent movement, swirling draperies, and vivid depictions of suffering fill the frieze. Oh, I love the guy in that too. That looks awesome. Okay, I have to look up this word because it's now bothering me.
Gigantomachy.
Gigantomachy. That's me.
Gigantomachy.
That's me. I'm gigantomachy. All right. Okay, that's a thing. Gigantomany. 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 Okay, hold on a second, guys. Oh, God. I have to send a message because my husband's trying to call me, and I'm like, hey, I'm live. Okay, sorry about that. Gigantomany. The tumultuous gigantomany of the Pergamon altar has an emotional intensity unparalleled in earlier Greek art. Violent movement, swirling draperies, and vivid depictions of suffering fill the frieze. Cool. Cool. The violent movement, swirling draperies, and vivid depictions of talk about burping. Depictions of death and suffering are the norm. Wounded figures writhe in pain, and their faces reveal their anguish. Deep carving creates dark shadows. The figures project from the background like bursts of light. A dying Gaul. The altar of Zeus was not only a monument to celebrate the victory of Attalos I over Gauls, and earlier, I have to look up this word now because they keep using it. How to pronounce. Oh no, hold on one second. shit, it's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock, and I have to go. I have to go. It's 9 o'clock. I didn't get to finish Hellenistic. Damn, so close. So close. I will have to finish this off later.
I like art. Eugene Victor Toombs.
Oh man, last minute. Thank you so much, Nation State. I like art. Eugene Victor Toombs. Damn, thanks guys. Ooh, we got the Lady Alchemy Rose Cross donation. There you go. So I gotta get going. I'm sorry guys. 9 o'clock here, and I've got a family thing to do. Damn, I was kind of feeling it. It's kind of in the mood. But let me know. Any last donations? You know what I mean? To be fair, we went on a pretty decent tangent. That's true. X-Files reference. Oh, cool, cool. Nice, X-Files. Good night, Jigadeath. Bye, guys. If you're interested in this stuff and you like it, please subscribe, stick around, follow me on Twitter, and, you know, pop in whenever I'm going live, because we're generally talking about art history. We're gonna finish off. Hold on, let me just call my sister. The stream at point was not an art stream, but a math stream. Not that one is very far from the other. That's true. That's true. Damn, I have 36 of you guys in here. I don't want to leave you, but my sister's waiting for me. So yeah, if you guys appreciate, come by tomorrow. Stream it tomorrow. We'll finish this baby back up. Bye guys. Love ya.